Hello, my name is Todd. Welcome to the Lyceum Weekly Update number 55 for the week of January 12th, 2015. I have a free hand. It can do whatever it wants. It can go up, it can go down, side to side, but not back in time. Finally decided to go through some effort and set up a nice little thing that you can't see because it's just out of frame so that I can possibly be heard clearer. Band of the week this week is the Button Collective. They're a folk band and the kind of folk that I quite enjoy listening to at the same time as being self-deprecating. They're also very sure of themselves and have this weird confidence that can only be had by being absolutely smash blind drunk. Their music will be playing underneath this video. If you like it, click below and support them. They're also going to be playing on Wednesday the 14th at the Gaelic in Surrey Hills, and they will also be supporting Canadians, the East Pointers. Now straight into launches. On Wednesday the 14th, there is a blues rock album launch, and that is happening at Frankie's Pizza by the Slice in Sydney. It is with Little Big Wolf. Then Thursday the 15th, there is an alternative country album launch at Brighten Up Bar in Darlinghurst. It is $7 with The Wild Comforts from Melbourne. Then Saturday the 17th, a punk rock and roll single launch at the Baldface Stag in Leichhardt. It is $10 with The Zoo City Lads. Also Saturday is a psychedelic pop EP launch that is happening at Brighten Up Bar in Darlinghurst. It is $10 with Ride Into the Sun from Adelaide. Then a jazz and alternative album launch, and that is happening at Foundry 616 in Ultimo. It is $20 with Arrow, who is also known as Paul Derricott. Then lastly for Saturday, and lastly for launches, an indie pop single launch at the Oxford Art Factory in Sydney. It is in the Gallery Bar area. It is $5 with Siren Lines. Then moving on to special gigs. Really, every special gig is the exact same thing that is happening this week, which is the Now Now Festival. It is a whole heap of experimental noise, sound, jazz, electronica, craziness. It is an awesome festival if you're into that kind of stuff. As well as the nights of music, they're also going to have some kind of like art curating kind of things. But if you want to know about that, just check out their website, which is through the link below to the event. They are covering from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Massive list of bands, massive amount of artists. Just check out the gig guide. You can check out all the details, or you can just click below and go straight to each event. And then one last special gig on Sunday the 19th. It is free from 1 PM, a whole bunch of pop, rock, and folk. It is part of Rice is Nice. They're putting on a nice summer party for people to boogie down to in a hip, cool fashion kind of way. That's happening at Victoria on the Park in Marrickville. You can check out bands like The Frowning Clouds from Victoria, Summer Flake from Adelaide, Terrible Truths from Adelaide, Weak Boys, and Darts from Melbourne. Now moving on to news, there's really just one news article for this week. It is that the Flinders Hotel is closing down. They squarely blamed the lockout laws. I believe the quote that gets passed around through all the different articles is "Barry got us." I see a lot of the articles and a lot of just people in general who share it bemoaning this as another, hit, another casualty in the line of fire, and I'd peg down for the New South Wales, Sydney live music scene, and it's terrible, it's all gross, but I know I'm not as fazed by it. Does it make me a bad person? Maybe, but I have reasons, damn it. Primarily that if you look back in the previous weeks of the gig guide, you may notice that the Flinders Hotel is not on there. It's not on there for a reason. The reason it's not on there is because there is no conceivable way to understand what is happening at that venue. And if you're someone who knows what is happening at the venue, and it is one of these reasons, either A, they have a third-party promoter whose Facebook page has less likes than the actual venue, or B, you have to go to the venue and look at what they have up on the wall in order to see what's coming up in the future weeks, then fuck you. That doesn't work. That doesn't count. How's it even a possible way to promote a gig guide when the venue Facebook, the venue website, has absolutely no details of any kind to make you think that they could possibly be putting on music with details? They might have this little tiny little thing saying live music, and that's it. There's no real way to know. And a couple of other venues got lumped in with Flinders, and a couple of the articles was talking about the Bourbon and the Back Room in King's Cross. They both have the same problem. The Back Room, I think, was a lot more DJs. I may not cover that as much because it was more of a club, but the Bourbon, I remember very clearly. You can't tell what the fuck is on there. They have copy-paste events every single week, and it's just this generic thing. You don't know what's actually happening. I think they had one night where it was an actual artist. Every other night was possibly a DJ coming in, or a band playing covers and other people's music. Flinders Hotel is maybe a possible casualty of the lockout laws, or maybe they just relied too much on being the local, just the place that people will come down to because they know where it is, but they didn't actually put anything on to ensure that people would want to go there, would want to stay there, and would want to just party up and drink, and then not drink for that 3 hours of time where you can't drink. Really, whenever I see a venue close down while blaming the lockout laws, they are usually a venue that refused to adapt or refused to sort themselves out to have people come down and check out what's happening. There are heaps of venues that still do amazingly well. I drove past the Annandale last night and it looked pretty goddamn full. And that's the Annandale that everybody bitches about and says, oh my god, it's closing, it's never gonna live music, blah blah blah. They're doing fine. So are things like the Flinders Hotel closing down a loss to the live music scene? I doubt it. They more feel like a pub with a backing track that you can just kind of chill out to. But if you think I'm talking out my ass, then just click down there and comment and say, hey, you arsehole, I have an opinion that I want heard on the internet. And I'll be like, yeah. Woo. Now that I have this mic so close, it might not sound as nice, but that is it for this week. And if you go onto the website, www.thelyceum.com.au, you can check out the gig guide. It is up. Everything is linked, events and bands to help you get more information, to help you discover new things in a genre that you love. I will be doing the typical radio things this week, Wednesday from 7 o'clock, or I believe now it's, yes, from 7 o'clock on Radio Northern Beaches, that is 88.7 FM, 90.3 FM, or you can stream it through the website. There's On the Flip Side with Lachlan Wiley, just chatting about cool bands and chatting about cool gigs. And Saturday from 2 PM, I'll be on Swar FM 99.9 to cover more inner and outer western gigs and those kind of lovely venues. Both those shows have great playlists of local music to check out, so if you find the time, you can just check them out, have a listen, discover a bunch of new and awesome music. I will see you next Monday with another roundup of launches, special gigs, and news. Until then, be good.